click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that vibe. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family and my day ones. Money, power, and respect be embedded in me. I don't care what you say, no one is better than me. Melanin be in my skin, so the pigs watch. Middle finger to the ops and keep the semi cocked. I'm the product of Wu-Pun, Big Pac. We don't gotta be cool, go kick rocks. Only ease the mind when I meditate. Pessimist at first, now I float with faith. I just know I'm special like a 38. Either I'll end over hill or see the pearly gates. You won't see me smile till there's gold in it. I'm just being real, don't stick your nose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. Bottle of that juice, man, the Henny sweet. Bring the pump to your king, this ain't trick or treat. Test me, I'ma put you in forever sleep. I'm your antidote, and I'm puffing on the remedy. Find me in the cut, test the melodies. Cause I don't like what they be selling me. I'm wishing good luck to my enemies. Y'all gon' be stuck with the jealousy. Tell them I said rest in peace. This is that vibe. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that vibe. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die.
Oh man, oh man.
Big twist. That's how I was like, ooh, they going something this one.
I don't know. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? Woo! It has been a very long time, man. I hope everybody's good. Everybody's blessed. Today, everyone's staying out of the, I guess you would say, the heat.
Heat.
You guys are staying hydrated. You guys are, making sure if you are outside, drink plenty of water. And for you individuals out there who believe there is water in beer, it is. There is.
And yeast, which defeats the purpose, fuckers.
It's all in there, man. They got all that goodness and greatness in there, man. So it's like the best of both worlds, man. Now, don't listen to me. I had y'all all leaning somewhere and stuff like that. But I hope you guys are good. It's been a minute. Miss you guys, man. Lots been going on. But we're here. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be out too long today. This is The Better Man. For those of you first time logging on, turning on, seeing us, this will be seen on multiple platforms that we normally don't do. So welcome. This is our all-male panel where we target the betterment of men. We do not women bash. We love you ladies to death. But you ladies have enough outlets, so this is for us. It's just pretty much, how it is. But again, we don't hate you. We don't at all. How we always start the show, we got to go to the source. We got to go to the plug. My man over there, Mr. Jeff Shears, a.k.a. Mr. Socks, a.k.a. The Plug. I got to give BR a call, now that I think about it.
Yes.
Hit him up. Get him back up in here. Saturday.
Oh, 'cause Saturday.
Yeah. Hit him up. Shout out to BR. Shout out to everybody that fuck with me. And shout out to everybody who don't fuck with me. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm just that type of person. I truly am. But we always start off the show. We go to the plug, the sources. If you guys want to do any research on us, you can hit us up. And you'll see we were one of the very, very few individuals who's been telling you about what was going to happen pre-COVID, during COVID, and after COVID. So the proof is in the pudding. And 99.9999% of that information came from that man over there on that table. So in the realm of what's going on with finances, gas prices and everything is ridiculous. Do we have anything to look forward to coming up, or is it going to keep getting worse for us? That deep breath was kind of like we weren't going to get sunshine at all.
I'm just rubbing my arm.
What up, man? BR, I just talked about you, man. Got to get you in
What's
here.
going on, BR? What's
I keep
up,
forgetting.
man? What up?
got the food and everything, man. Jeff was like, he didn't want my food today, though.
Shut up. Gotta lose all these weight, man. Fuck that shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. By far the worst day of CrossFit
For you?
today. Like, I was crawling on the ground. I was wheezing.
That's a big statement because this is a
Yeah.
lot of fucking hard days.
Yeah,
you know? It's a lot of hard
I
days.
was like really like done. I had this bad shorty there too, but it was like, I'm like, sorry, shorty, just gonna see the worst of the worst right now. But, man, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody celebrating the veterans and everything, man.
Yeah.
This is the weekend. A lot of you guys, I guess, because it falls on Monday, so a lot of people don't have to go to work on Monday. So you know,
Yeah, a lot of us
people
are
be out.
off 4th of July. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Hit us up with some info.
I always give this analogy.
Definitely, man. Sorry, man. BRC
You
will be here
good.
next week. I got the wings, dog.
That's what's
I got
up, man.
the
Come
wings.
through. Come
They're
through.
gonna be ready.
We are definitely at the top of the hill of the roller coaster. Everybody's predicting a recession. We're all the financial institutions, everybody who went to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, every Ivy League you ever did heard of is inching after November saying we're set up for next year to be in a recession. Food is high. Gas is still high. I know it went down about $1, actually about 50 cents or so.
I was about to say to you, what gas station
It
you
depend-
at?
yeah.
Point me in that direction.
It depends what part of the country you live in, but everybody saw a little bit of drop. That's just from what they're making. They started pumping more. We don't get our gas from Russia. We never did. Newsflash, China has brought all their gas that Russia makes, and they are the second largest supplier next to Saudi Arabia of oil.
Just putting that out there.
China knew what this was like. What cheap gas, nigga? What you saying? Come on through. Next year we're supposed to be in for a ride. So when I was sitting here and talk to BR about times to look for houses, the housing bubble is popping. It is now airing out, thanks to interest rates rising. People don't understand how it affects them, the high interest rate.
Please
When
bring
they
it down.
don't have it on, when they don't I'm not looking to buy a home. Credit cards, usually a lot of credit cards go off of a sliding scale, interest rates. So when they start adjusting that, the nation interest rates went from being like 1% for the past 2.5, 3 years up to 6 to 7. It's looking to hit that way. I think it's 6 now. It's like 5 3/4, I believe. I'm rounding up. So you're talking about 6% interest rate. That allows them to slide on a sliding scale to put it there. So if you had 18% interest rate on your credit card, your APR, they can go to like 24, 25. That's why they always say pay your shit off in that month so you don't get hit with that interest. Depending on what you're holding. If you're holding, a couple $100 is different than the dude who's holding $5,000 balance. You $5,000, you're accruing like a couple hundreds of dollars each month. You think about it, do your math on that one. That percentage interest rate going up. If you have bad credit and you need to buy a vehicle now, guess what, people? You get what I'm saying? 15% wasn't the worst they were looking at. You talking about they added years. So this is what they were saying before. Standard used to be a 5-year car loan. Then it went to 6. Now they got a 7-year car loan, 8-year car loan.
84 months
That is a long ass time.
to be paying.
Usually, if you get a new car around that time, you don't warrant it. Depending on how you drive it, you're down, wherever you are, you don't put a crap load of miles on that 8, but to still be paying on the principal loan. You get what I'm saying? They trade it in or whatever. You don't know what the hell it's worth. How does it affect you? Anything with interest rates can go up now. Now that the national thing is going up. National average is going up. Pay attention when you're going to buy stuff. Pay attention when you're going to purchase. Housing mortgages. they're talking about doing instead of a 30-year, 40-year, or 50-year mortgage, just to make people pay it. On average, if you were buying like a $300,000 house, say you want to put 10% down, you should be average $1,500 to $1,700 mortgage, right? Now with the interest rate going up, you're at a $2,500 range for your mortgage. You get what I'm saying? So it changes that. Now everybody's specific. Since you had shitty credit, your shit had to go up more. Or you had to put more down. Or it put you out of range for certain programs. First home time buyer programs or eligibility programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Pay attention. But on the flip side, as we enter this recession, if you were able to put yourself in a decent position, you can go get a house, because some of these properties the prices are starting to come down. On average, I think they say we dropped about $50,000 on the average house. That's a nice little number to keep dropping. It's a lot of that shit is coming down. Pay attention. There are a lot of people out there that they haven't been looking for apartments, other types of properties, multiple properties, anything. It's going to be a wild win as we enter this recession.
And this is going back further than we thought it would. We thought this year was
We
a
thought we
year
were gonna
we
hit
were going
this
to be
year.
dealing with the onslaught. But it looked like with gas prices up, food is up. You pretty much got to pay full value for the food, plus the taxes they add on top of that, and then you still got to carry your own food with no bags. And then
No,
it's
that's
like,
yeah.
you want to
New York,
purchase,
New Jersey, get no bags.
yeah, you want to purchase additional bags. It's kind of crazy.
The killer with food, nobody's paying attention. They said it's a food shortage. I mean, they're not killing enough pigs, cows for us to eat. They're not producing as much food as they once were, for whatever reason. Now, everybody and their mama done say, Corona over, everybody go to work if you got the sniffles. I don't know, this monkeypox shit keep jumping. That shit, anytime I turn around, New York had 3 cases. Now they got 30. Nigga, what? Damn. Is it airborne? What is it? And they know it is bodily fluids. They are actually pushing that heavily amongst the homosexual community. I have no qualms against it,
huh?
but yes, they're trying to get them first to get the vaccine that they do have of it. The world is slowly tripping. As we enter New Jersey here, it's slowly starting to go back to normal. They are holding things up because this is a election year. Excuse me. This is what you hear called the midterms. The middle. Biden's second year. Now, he got 2 more. It's not a presidential election, but all your local elections are this year. That's why we're looking at November. The Dems, whoever's in charge, is trying to do whatever it is to pass a lot of stuff through.
Yeah, well, the Democrats got, I guess they have the House right now.
Yeah, not even to a controlling thing, that though. So, but a lot of the shit is happening. We're not even gonna go deep into like Roe v. Wade being overturned.
You can talk about that another day.
That's deep.
That was crazy.
And then that kicked everybody into setting off more laws to try to either keep abortion or get rid of it in the state.
Together.
Depending where you live at.
Alabama won it.
Yeah, they got rid of it. They one of the ones to kick it.
Or
that whole
they don't want it,
yeah, that whole Southern Bible Belt. They were looking to get off it.
They want all their nieces to keep them kids.
You really want to pay attention to these things. Here in New Jersey, let's focus it here. Everybody's expected to go back mandatory. So all you people who are getting extra food stamps, doing nothing, getting assistance,
SNAP people.
you're required to do something now.
So they're gonna make them go to work like they used to before.
Mm-hmm. Or at least the work program. You guys had two. Let's round it to 3. 3 years off. Good run. You put your kids on it. Everybody got extra food. That's why people haven't been complaining about the prices going up.
Nope. Not when you swiping that Snap card with $3,000-$4,000 on it. You're not complaining. Steak and lobster heaven.
I'm sitting there holding back, talking about let me put this back of legs back and roll because of the prices. It's going to be a fucked up year. And I said that before. It's going to be a fucked up year next year.
You guys need to hold, like, if you got a job, hold on to it. If you look, find it.
I was just going to say that. Whether you like your job, if it pays you well, it pays you enough to pay your bills, to survive. Fuck it. Let's just, to survive. You can go head above water, pay your rent, get some food, and go to the next day. They are saying, make yourself irreplaceable for the next 3 years. So that means, so they won't fire you. Tech jobs, they're firing people. AMD, people I invested in heavily, started firing people because they can't make people ain't buying those chips. That tips into crypto. Crypto took a goddamn beating.
Boop, 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 boop.
On the backside of crypto, they said nobody can mine the main ones anymore. Ethereum is leaving. So all those computer parts that were expensive literally 2 years ago when I was building that shit are now cheap as shit. Because the demand has dropped.
Yep.
Cars still don't have chips. And it's not because the makers can't get them. It's because they're not buying the raw materials to make it. Those precious metals. Gold. We all love gold, right? Dollars are based off of it.
Bling, bling, baby.
A selenium and another one. They're being mined out there in the Far East. Your China's. On top, Russia. They're not mining them. So you can't get the power slide seats because can't get the chips.
These seats are warm.
It's everything is slowly coming to an apex. It's hitting. It's the crossroads. Where do these two intersect? You understand? Come next year, it's going to be fucked. I don't know if they're going to push student loans again in September. They're asking Biden to please forgive some of the debt at least. They're asking Biden to do something else. And I don't even know if he know what he can do.
Let me ask you your opinion. What in your opinion, because you worked in a lot of different fields, financial and stuff like that, what would you think would be the best way to help or correct this situation? Because you're not going to cure it. But to give this kind of situation some kind of boost, what would you think that would happen? And I'll give you my opinion.
As a total and all, this
Right.
is just my opinion. Everything, I told everybody, everything, it's a domino effect. You can't touch this side without causing, the shit to destroy what's over on the right side. Fair enough? As we understand it. He would have to implement laws that go back against the stuff that he's given the country or made for it. He would have to go back to what Trump did, keep the outsiders. God damn, that sounds so bad. Keep the
People
immigrants
who aren't
away.
citizens.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
But even for refugees, even still for, you know what I'm saying? Limit the amount. Because they're coming into overpopulated areas which are about to suffer due to the recession. We still forgot about the landlord situation. So what do you do? So that's wrapped up in a whole property owners. We're gonna one-swoop them. Property owners, whether you own a 4-unit, whether you own just your own house. You get what I'm saying? Or whether you own that. You have to make some type of federal legislation to either forgive or allow people to pay back that debt later, meaning they could pay it like in a home equity loan. So now when they go back, if they do owe, and the kicker is they made a program that they paid up to $35,000. A lot of y'all took advantage of it, of homeowners, property owners. They were paying your taxes. They were paying everything there. If you didn't, he would have to excuse it or pay it back. So I'll pay my mortgage this year, which is $1,800, and then here's an extra $50 for what I owed for 2022 or whatever it is. Something to that accord. He has to do something about federal housing, and I don't mean just people on Section 8. You got people. They just in New York. What do you guys have? The rent that can never go up. What is it?
Oh gosh.
My God! What in the boroughs? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They just increased them.
Like tenors or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
But they just increased them by 3%. They had the federal law passed, and they never had an increase in years.
No, at all.
Your shit was 700. It's gonna be 700 until somebody die or move in. Fair enough. People are hurting for money. You need the money to keep moving around. We need to pass on maybe another stimulus. I'm gonna be 100, or open up some type of a big SNAP program for everybody without stimulus. Because if the food price jumps up, we need to combat that. Even whether we have that, it have to be for everybody, not just kids in school. Little Joey who's making $1 million. You get what I'm saying? Here's 150, homie. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you get what I'm saying? He can afford it. And then the next dude, anybody just like they had before, if you made under 72 grand,
right?
Here's your thing. You need something that combats the nation towards this. You know, he's got to solve gas. He went over there to talk to the Saudis about pumping more gas, but when they put all those blockades against Russia, when Russia was paying everybody, Russia was providing other people in the world gas, your certain parts of Africa, or Europe, all of them, guess who they went to? The Saudis. So the Saudis said, hey, we still pumping 10 barrels a day. It's just that now, instead of it going to America, now I got 7 other providers to provide for. What do we do? And then the second fucking holder of oil is sitting there just like, yo, I got a shitload. Who want this? And China came to the demand. Well, nigga, what you got? Give me 2 for 20. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a whole war that touches upon itself. I'm not even trying to go into migration, but they said there's over damn near a couple 100,000 of people coming up from South America coming through Mexico, waiting at the border for the that thing to be released so they can't get pushed back, so they can't be sent back.
Right.
And a lot of them are Caribbean refugees. They're people coming over from Haiti. Instead of them going up, they went to South America and walked their way on up.
Well, they're going to find the best way to get in the country.
I can't knock anybody
because
everybody's saying over there that they're coming from dirt. I feel you, homie. I get it. I totally get it.
America is built for those who, I always try to explain to people, like, Americans' thought process on poverty is complete 180 compared to everyone else's, where you got to walk 5 miles to take a shower or, to hunt for food and stuff. And you got people here with roofs over their heads crying and bitching and moaning. Them motherfuckers are sleeping in the fucking bushes and shit. So when they come here and they're like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Give me that. And then make the best out of a bad situation.
Over here, you could be homeless and still get 3 meals a day. You put your pride to the side. You can walk into the shelter, get you a dinner meal, get you a breakfast meal, get you a lunch meal.
Facts.
Am I lying?
Facts.
Take that shit outside. You ain't even got to live in the shelter, my nigga.
Nope.
You can come and get canned food. There's people in here who detest canned food. And I'm looking at them like they got 4 or 5 heads. What's wrong with you? Cook that shit up the same way you cook anything else up.
Well, it just goes to show you how Americans are, I guess, bougie-ish or believe things are better than they actually are. I guess from a certain standpoint, which is sad. But I like the way you look at that. Here's the thing that I think where everyone pretty much gets caught in the crosshairs. All right, these politicians are not for you. They're to fatten their pockets and to make themselves, or the people that are lacing their pockets, sending them to Dubai. That's the only ones they're worrying about. They're not worried about you. If, that C-SPAN, some of it's real, some of it's fake. Because the real shit that they voting on, they don't want you to see who not voting on.
Yeah.
Let's get there. But it would have to be something, because we're talking about doctors, we're talking about lawyers, and those loans are like $250,000. Okay? So, in order to make an effect or a major dent, it's not us little old folks with maybe 5, 6, 7,000, whatever. These motherfuckers is in the six figures. So you would have to make an amount that would put a dent in what these individuals own. But by doing that, you can't pick and choose who you want to do. You can't do a lottery. So you would have to say me. I would say if he would forgive, or the government, if they could send $13 billion to Ukraine, they could put that same which actually came back because we made them pay for all the weapons we sent them, just putting some gems out there. It would have to make a dent that affects everybody. So I would say $50,000 towards your student loan. So if you owe it under that, then it would be forgiven. But that money will still go there. Because you can't say 5,000. That ain't shit. You can't say 6,000, 10,000, 11,000, 25,000. Again, we're talking about the white-collared MBA, ABA, all these fucking degrees and masters and doctors and lawyers. You would have to help those out. That's the problem they're coming up with now is you can't slide someone like me 5,000 and think that's going to affect them. It won't happen. You would have to give that number across the board. So the only number I think that would affect it across the board would have to be 50,000. That would take a quarter of that payment away from them, and anybody who's under that obviously will be forgiven. Now you're talking about less debt. That means that individuals have more money to spend and put back into the economy. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good plan. Sounds great. They'll never do it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because
absolutely not.
It's too much debt to be forgiven away. They can never carry it on their books to say, hey, someday we're going to get 85 trillion in. You know what I mean?
Well, all right, put it like this. If they can put together $13 billion for Ukraine and war and death, I understand that.
I'm with you.
I understand that. You can't put that same $13 billion together for individuals who have, so it's not like it's forgiven. So let's say me. Let's say I owe $5,500, whatever it is. They're gonna pay my $5,500 towards those credit unions or whatever for my debt. So obviously you wouldn't give me 50 because I don't owe 50, but you will forgive up to 50. So, but from 50 and down, whatever you owe, we're gonna pay it off.
Now, I'm with you. It's still too much because there's some people who owe under 50, so they're not paying anything. So look, it's
right. They're not paying it, but the government be paying, so the credit unions are still making.
So here's the kicker.
Okay.
There are a lot more of yous and regular Joe Schmoes than there are of those white-collar MBAs, doctors, and all that stuff.
True.
The yous and the Joe Schmoes usually end up paying back. That's what they're not telling you. So I guarantee to make 60% of what the regular populace owes compared to forgiving these Joe Schmoes who are going to find a way to tax this shit out of here. I'm going to take that 60% every goddamn day. Because at the end of the day, if we're under $3 trillion of debt, I'm at least seeing $1 trillion back. You see what I'm saying? I'm walking out this bitch with at least $1 trillion.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm writing it on because people are going to be forced to give it back so they can try to get to other programs, so they can try to get to whatever, because they still stay within a certain thing. It's how they control the populace.
Okay.
So I'm with you, and we know that he'll forgive some. He'll probably write something off,
He's gonna have to.
but not a lot. Now that just affects people's credit. A lot of these fuckers lost jobs. That shit ain't coming back. You can go work at McDonald's. You can go work wherever. I'm not knocking any of those goddamn jobs. But you can't go from making $40 an hour to now $15 an hour and say you're still going to pay a $3,000 apartment.
Never gonna happen.
That shit ain't happening.
Never gonna happen.
That shit ain't happening.
That's over what? It's about $30,000 a year
Yeah.
just for rent.
Yep.
Shit. People don't make that in a year.
And that's what I'm telling you. And look, it's collapses in certain areas. You don't need the bomb to destroy everything. I need the one bomb to be in the right place that destroyed the piece that was holding it. And then everything else started collapsing and collapsing. Look what we could have got out of. What does Ukraine give the world, right? Ukraine gives the world wheat. What did we just have a bad run on with the baby food formula? That shit is wheat. Why the fuck didn't they go raid the motherfucking wheat farms? Yo, homie, we got guns, tanks, drones, whatever you need. I'm gonna drop that at that airport, and then I'm gonna send these motherfucking trucks and everybody else, and we gonna rip up all that wheat and fly that right back. Appreciate you. Y'all have a good one.
I think that shortage helped them sell why we need to be over there.
Now, I want you to keep that in mind. This is the midterms. They're gonna hold that. Nigga.
You did say that. Yeah.
Pay attention to timing, folks. Pay attention to timing.
Oh, senators, congressmen.
Look what's going to happen after November. This is why they predict the fall to happen next year. Well, food up. I'm already voted in. I can't help you. My bad.
Facts.
Good luck.
Facts.
Hope your kids survive. They're going to let in all these people. Did you see the... So, all right, so here we go. Did you see the shit they stopped in New York?
Yeah.
Now, you know New York City. You grew up in New York City. The city is blue.
Oh,
The fucking state is redder than a motherfucker.
Facts.
The state and the boroughs don't fucking...
No, it don't.
They never
Nope.
agree. Am I wrong? In
Nope.
my years of living?
Nope.
Never agree. Cuomo come in and check motherfuckers. And the girl about to do it too. Don't get that shit twisted. Mm-hmm. She about to come in. Hey, y'all over here make too much noise. I need so much noise. Am I wrong?
They took over Brooklyn. They moving to Newark now.
Am I wrong?
They moving to Newark now.
So New York put themselves up years ago as 2 or 3 years ago as a sanctuary city. So did New Jersey. We'll take in all the immigrants. We're not going to have we're not going to have the immigration department to run. We're not going to give them anything. We're going to give them free license. We're going to give them this. We're going to give them all this documentation without having any documentation of their home. Immigrants, illegal immigrants, they're going to get the. They were trying to get them the right to vote.
You're right.
And
You're
they
right.
just stopped that beginning of this week. New York Supreme Court ruled that which it is unconstitutional and it goes against the board of elections.
They were trying.
If you give people the right to vote who are non-citizens, what do you really have? That was one of the main fights of us being considered human beings, of us 3/5. Are we property or are we this? It ties together. I'm not trying to sound like the crazy motherfucker, but you see what I'm saying? They said they lost over 300,000 votes. Nigga, you tell them you got 300,000 illegals sitting in fucking New York, predominantly in the city.
Swing vote like a motherfucker.
You telling me this? And you know a lot of them end up voting red because they don't believe in all the social activities that they take advantage of.
Yep.
Which is the kicker. Am I crazy? Do the research. Read this shit. And it all falls. So this is why they're saying every dude that goes on TV, every dude that runs the bank, every dudes that run there, all those things, they were like, look, it's coming. We've been holding this shit over. Trump held us down, and I'm not even saying in a fucking good way. Like him, love him, hate him, whatever. He had to keep the economy floating. Say this stimmy.
We was hitting them.
Buy
Everybody
it.
was, oh, yeah.
Interest
600,
rates.
1,200.
Interest
Woo!
rates low. Niggas got new cars that kept their businesses afloat.
Repo City.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Nobody can be evicted. So you holding on to your rent, whether you had it or not.
Yep.
So now you sitting there with extra money. What you doing with extra money? We going to AC. I'm spending it there. We going on this trip. All y'all bitches was in Tulum. I ain't even know that motherfucker existed. All y'all bitches down there. Look at the opening. Everybody went back to their home country. Airplanes keeping record highs.
They were.
Now they canceling fucking flights.
Oh, yeah.
He kept the economy moving. I don't even like the motherfucker. I'm just saying. That's what he said he was going to do. And now we see the shit that crumbles and falls.
He said it was going to happen. He said if you vote for Biden, this is what Biden's going to
He
do.
said you're going to pay high gas. Now, the first thing they said, first thing out of the government's mouth, we don't get gas from Russia. Well, put two and two together. Why are we paying extra? They said we had to supply the rest of the world.
What the fuck that got to do with
us? They dropped the federal tax. He's proposing to drop the federal tax. And the states, New York State, dropped the tax for like 30 days or some shit like that. That means they're going to end the program. Those taxes pay for programs, not us. Or the streets. So now you got extra potholes. They don't even try to put the little salt, the little shit in it to hold over for 3 months till the winter come. No.
You see, I went down south, got my car. Fuck that.
I want you to pay attention how this shit works. We're approaching an election thing. We just had the primary to pick who it is. The Democrats over here in New Jersey are scared because everybody's like, fuck them. We're going to go red.
Yeah.
We're going to go red. Whether you like it or not.
Y'all
We're
ain't
going to
do
go
nothing
red.
but fuck us over since y'all got in office.
We ain't got shit. And once they push that housing, because it's coming, because the property owners are mad. Look, you got here's what really kills the people there. Bless you. Here's what really kills the people here. About if you have property to rent. All these new builds here, and I'm just talking for Bergen County because this is where we stay. Housing market goes off of what's around you. Truth sells his house for $500,000. I live down the block. I should be within a $500,000 range, give or take. 480, 520. You get what I'm saying? I got an extra room. He got an extra driveway. Whatever it is, we're still within the same range. They do the same shit for rent. Truth rents out his rooms for $2,500. Nigga, I got the same build. I've been renting for $1,000. I got that nigga out of here for $1,000. My price goes now to $2,500. You giving us studio apartments over here for over $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Stay with me. I got a house around the corner from one of them motherfuckers. I'm gonna rent my basement apartment out for fucking $2,500. This is how the shit works. They mad because they're leaving money on the table. Money they can use to ride this fucking recession. I'm telling you, this is gonna be rough. I don't know how good or how bad, but when the homie came out and said, make yourself invaluable, meaning that, the job can't fire you. It'd be useful if you got a good job where you can stay there, stay there.
Get comfortable.
I gotta believe something when Jamie Dimon, y'all view his name, that's the dude who runs Chase, says shit like that. When the other dude says shit like that. Financial experts, people who went to school, got MBAs and this shit. Just to run numbers. It's all statistics and numbers. they tell you shit like that. Get with a big company. A company that's going to be around and that's going to do a service that stays there and be good. We're going to see a lot of shit sink. A lot of shit is going day by day. If you think we ain't have shit for food now, you guys do DoorDash and deliveries. Fuck that. What happens when gas runs back up again? Prices up. Well, how the hell can these people afford to keep paying these high prices? and it's there. I'm just saying.
The dam is gonna break.
The dam is cracked. It's got the water coming out from different spots. And you like, oh nigga, this ain't good. This ain't good.
Look like a little small shower head.
Yeah. So I always tell people to pay attention to what's going on around them. I know they're trying to give y'all as much good times as you can. Homie opened up free beaches for the summer. Homie opened up a lot of other shit. You know, he wants to go out and enjoy this before this shit comes. I don't know what's next.
Something's gonna.
I honestly, I said we going back to protesting a while ago, and I think that's gonna happen.
Hey, Butterfly
I think that's gonna happen.
Protesting not too long ago out there in Newark.
I think that's gonna happen. It's gonna hit. It's gonna take a head with the Roe v. Wade shit, and something else they're gonna overturn. See, now just to touch on that for a bit, that fucks with your freedoms because I think they're going after the school next. Once you get now, you know us. Every town got a school district.
You ain't lying, nigga.
Oh, that you gonna be on the black side of Hackensack now, and you on the white side. I'm getting up out of here. You see what I'm saying?
I was just telling my peoples. I think it was like day before yesterday. Something. She hit me up. She called me, and I was telling her like, I'm in a prime spot. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm really in a prime spot. Next to everything, next to expense. Like, there is nothing they could put in here that would cause any kind of friction around here.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm kicking my feet up. I'm good.
You found a nice little nook to sit in.
What?
You're working decent, and you see what I'm saying? You got a skill that's invaluable. Ride this motherfucking wave out.
I am.
Once the shit get over, then we see who survived, and you start putting in applications or wherever the fuck you want to move and go.
I tell you, I'm headed to Texas, man.
People laugh. It's going to be weird. Some people are predicting it to be rough. This ain't gonna be like when the housing market collapsed because they was writing out bad mortgages based off them shits. Nah. They can't get materials that they need from other countries, thanks to like OPEC, NATO, all those agreements. We get steel from fucking China, not Pennsylvania anymore. China, and China want to hold up a slow shit or don't want to send a boat. We stuck. We need that to build the nails for the house or the other pieces.
We allowed ourselves to get dependent on far outside help.
And that's the other thing.
You move the Ford plant, you move this plant, that plant. You call up your normal local Verizon or whoever the hell it is, and whoever's speaking not from this country. Thank Clinton for that. But at the end of the day,
I get it. I get it. It's a budget into your thing. But at the same time, if you don't have the billions of dollars or super millions of dollars to escape that, you're gonna be stuck in it. And if you don't like what you're creating, you're gonna drown and lose with the rest of us.
I was having a conversation with Darrell yesterday, and I was telling him, I said, look up the richest person in the world. He looked up Elon. Elon's worth over $200 billion, and this and that. Now I told him, how many people are there in the world? Well, there's about 8 billion people in the world. I said, that man could give each person $1 billion and still be the richest man in the world.
Still be fucking rich.
So, and then look, like, just, I really want you to really focus on and really stop believing that America is the greatest country in the world. I think we're rated like 14th. Yeah. Let's be real, all right? You got all these other countries with free healthcare, free education. They don't have these problems we're going through. because all this shit is free. But it's a difference between profit and greed. So the richest man in the world can legitimately give every individual $1 billion and still be the richest man in the world. Stop expecting or waiting for someone else to do something for you. Like Jeff said, you guys were sitting up there with those $5,000 snap cards and selling it back to the grocery stores for a couple of dollars and going to get lobster, shrimps, and shit. I would go to Walmart and you would tell if y'all, the Snap Foundation just went through there, because certain areas of that store would be depleted. You knew.
Nigga, yesterday was sitting rough. I was like, y'all ready for these grills, ain't y'all?
1st and the 15th, boy. 1st and the 15th.
I can't. What you want me to do? I can't.
And now that y'all guys have been cut, the finances are going to be cut.
It's coming. Because who can pay the piper? None of this shit is free money. That's one thing I want you to think of. Don't take it personal, like I'm paying all of this shit out of my check. No. The 10 cents I put in, the 10 cents he put in, it all adds up.
Like you say, you take those. America has about a couple of 100 million people.
Yeah.
You take 5 cents from each person, and that's how you guys are able to get the additional funds to buy the food, to feed your kids. Because hey, I understand you hit a bad spot or whatever situation may be, you need help.
Yo.
And where do you think this abortion shit's coming from? It's gonna
we
make y'all strapped.
We're not even going to attack that. We touched on it for this much. We're not even going to attack that because there's so many people that's right on so many different fucking levels that nobody else is fucking paying attention to, and to really see why they wanted to do it now. Why all of a sudden now we done hit 40 fucking years straight of this shit.
It's connected. It's connected.
Who gave?
Told you November's coming up.
We're not talking the same. We're not talking the fucking same. Shit, let's go deeper. Nigga, they got wells running out of water. Not wells, lakes. Look at Lake Mead in Las Vegas. That shit was supplying fucking three different states full of water. That shit is going down weekly. Literally. They marking the bitch weekly. Like September, nigga, September 15th.
What they really doing is trying to see what states they got cut off.
Nigga, that's already there. They already had that, yeah.
Like, who lives in Pacuna? Yeah. Anybody important? Oh, no, we hitting
You
those
laugh.
first.
You laugh.
Dead
They did that shit way up the lake because it runs by the Hoover Dam, so the Hoover Dam can keep water going into it to keep power. So they cut off certain towns, nigga. I'm just saying, pay a fucking attention. Now, we all the way on the East Coast. We don't get no pieces of the waters. But what happens when the poor people out there say, hey, nigga, we ain't got no water for you. You're making $45 or less. You can't afford to live here because you can't pay the water bill.
That's sad.
Fuck with us.
Really
Stay with us in some form.
Holy
I'm just saying in some
shit.
form. I'm just saying in some form, right? I'll take your ass back to New Jersey. They got green lushes in the South Jersey. Take your ass over there. So now you get an influx of population here. Heck, the area started getting thick. Like, damn, nigga, all these motherfucking West Coast plates came from. You start seeing shit happen.
Why you think there were those apartment complexes coming up here and ask that?
Who you telling? Charging $3,000 rent. So that means my base rent got to go up. Because my landlord don't want to fucking leave no money on the table.
Nope.
Because even though they paid their house off and the taxes are what it is, they still going to have to get some extra.
Like, dude, I think when I was doing the DoorDashing, I went into one of the new luxury apartments with no fucking carpet on half of the place.
Nigga,
literally not even
half
finished
them shits
building.
is half built.
Yes. And motherfuckers is living in it.
Yeah. They needed to make money. I said this in the beginning. There were so many spots that were half done. They were like, look, we're gonna rent out the left. Keep building on the weekends on the right. Keep the noise down.
Just go to East Wing. Just fuck the west
yeah.
Finish the East. We'll get that done later.
Yeah. Don't run the elevators over there. There's too much power, nigga. That's it. Keep that shit on this side.
just the freight
Yeah,
elevator.
yeah,
Just the freight elevator.
yeah.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
it's so many apartments like that. So many apartments like that. Not finished built, slowly. Shit, look at the one at Hackensack. They just put a diner in there a couple of months ago. And the shit had been set up years ago for a diner. I don't even know if the diner making enough money to fucking cover being there. You see what I'm saying?
Like you said, 2013. Like I said, the owners really haven't, landowners, apartment buildings, house owners, they really haven't been included in the festivities that's been going around. Middle class hasn't been included in the festivities that's going around, and that's where the problem is, because the middle class is the one that's hurting. Because we're not getting snapped because we're over the threshold. But the other people, and this is why they made those individuals go back to work,
There is a run. So the middle class usually had a 3-part division: upper, middle, and lower, depending on where you sat in that. Okay? They are getting rid of the middle class, which pretty much means you're going to have a low and a high. And the high going to be considered up to the high class. Ain't no middle class, and the low going to be down here with the poors. There will be, you understand what I'm saying? So you will be priced out of the areas. You'll be priced out of your job. You'll be priced out of your region. And it's hard to live around here like you can in like Vegas or down south. There's a lot of motherfuckers doing van life. We ain't got room to do van life. You can't park on some of these motherfucking streets.
Yeah, especially because a friend of mine's, he has a commercial van, and you can't park commercial
Can't park
vans
that bitch
on
in a
public
residential
street.
property.
Yeah, you can't
Somebody
do it.
call the police on you. You out of there. You get
So
a
he
ticket
has to
and
park
tow.
his van. So he drive because he doesn't have a house, so he takes his work van, but
Yeah.
he can't take it home. So he parks in a specific way. So he drives to a specific area, and then takes his work van and go there.
Yep.
But you hit it right. The repo man was out hard and heavy. I see all these all these car lots overflowed with vehicles. We warned you guys. All these Audis, you don't see no Audis no more.
Nope.
All those A4s, A6 went bye-bye.
You can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
You can't afford. Yo, there was no way you was affording fucking $600 car payment with your shitty ass credit. I don't care. And a lot of y'all got extra money with unemployment. A lot of y'all kids, they
Didn't
blew
save
that
the
money, gave it right back to the
Blew it.
motherfucking economy.
Blew it.
I'm gonna get a Da Vinci belt,
Man, I
Louis
saw a line in the
Vuitton,
fucking Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I was about to
Gucci.
say that.
Nigga, I was talking to Sean. This nigga said he went to get some Gucci shoes. He had to move past all the little kids because they were sitting there looking at buying shirts and belts and to get some help. I said, come on.
Sean said, get y'all broke asses
It's out of here. That's exactly what he was saying. He was saying, nigga, if you don't get the fuck
Y'all
out of
broke
here.
asses out my way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was the funniest shit. I was like, yep. I said they spending the last of that shit they got. I said once that shit go back, ain't nobody report. Well, we see the shit happening now in the city because Mayor Adams is a motherfucking cop. Police about to take over again. This shit about to look like when Giuliani was back in the days. You want us to clean up 42nd, boss? Click, click, click. That's it.
The niggas was mad as hell, boy. You know where to go get your little twerk
Yeah.
on, or you need to relieve yourself. You know to go to 42. Now you got to go to Hunts Point. But
I told y'all before. They just started selling marijuana over here in New Jersey.
well, they got one on 17.
They got one, yep,
Oh
right there by my job.
That shit be packed.
Yeah.
That little complex never had 2 cars in it. You hear me?
Nigga, they never had 2 stores in that motherfucker for the longest.
They put that motherfucking weed store there. Parking lot packed all day long.
With a cop sitting in that bitch.
You ain't lying.
So the cop's getting paid off of that. Nigga sitting, because it ain't no work for this nigga to do. He's sitting there like,
One, I think they pay like $125 an hour to have a cop there.
Look at that shit. And they own three other companies, the same ones. So it's the same fuckers in New Jersey. But think what I'm saying. They just started getting money from this motherfucker. Wait till they start pulling the arrest. For all of y'all selling that homemade weed still, that motherfucker is not pharmaceutical grade, and they're going to get y'all for selling for fake pharmaceuticals. I said this shit before. I sound like a crazy motherfucker. It ain't going to be no weed charge. They're going to be like, where'd you get this from? So how do we know it's 75.89 micrograms? Did you run it through a spectrometer? The same shit. What?
And all those machines they're going to put it through, which is going to mean more time for your ass.
Yo, they're going to hit you with charges you can't get out of.
We had to pull it through the Willy Wonka computer to
Exactly.
see the grade. That's
Exactly.
another 3 to 5 years. You're going to be in there. And don't forget, prison is a business.
Yeah. Yo.
The state's paying these corporate ass fucking prisons $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per inmate. You wonder why these shits is packed?
We not talking the same, people. Pay attention. It's an election year. This is your local. This is the most important one you guys have. The most important.
We'll start paying more attention to that. Now that it's coming up in November, we're going to get y'all ready and right for that.
I sound like Butterfly, but go fucking red, maybe.
You ain't lying, nigga.
I'm just saying. And no, I don't hate immigrants. No, I don't hate fucking Latin people. I don't hate anybody from the Caribbean. Whatever the fuck. I'm not saying any of that.
It's affecting not just like me, but it's affecting the class, homie.
You know what it sounds like, right? I had a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about the people when they come across the borders and shit. And they was like, why don't they let them come across? We got so much room in the country and shit like that. I said, we say that here, but we don't live at those border towns.
Nope.
I said the town where you
Just
only have...
sitting there waiting.
Yeah, where you only have 500 people, and then when an extra fucking 1,000 slide in, and then you see like, yo, nigga, we ain't got no room here already. Ain't nobody building houses. These fools ain't got no money to build houses to pay us. The shit don't add up.
At all.
I don't know.
All right. So we're going to do this real quick.
What we got?
So, trying to see how I want to run through it. Let's just dive in. So this young lady, I'm going to call her the Black Cash Me Outside. I think her name is Lisa or Les. I tried to find her real name. She's a TikToker. She went viral. I'm going to play a couple of seconds of both videos. I'm not playing the whole thing. Sorry. You guys have seen it repeatedly over and over again for the past couple of weeks now. I think like 2 weeks this has been running. This young lady, I believe, staged this whole event. If you go on her TikTok, shout out to Vaughn for the information also. If you go on to TikTok, you go to all her social media, she does skits.
Okay.
This is what she's been doing. Some of her videos had thousands, a couple had 100,000, and I wanted to talk about it. Give me 1 second while I pull it up. So it wasn't like she was irrelevant. I'm not saying she wasn't irrelevant. She had some views on her videos. So here, let's go. You had some had about 200,000. So she had some views.
Okay.
All right. So then she does this. Baby daddy doesn't want to bring my child. Doesn't want to bring my child food. He only wants to. Well, my other kid's food. He just wants to bring his child food.
Gotcha.
Now views jump up to 2.2 million. And that original video, which is 5 minutes long, is about damn near 1 billion views. Now that we're speaking. And hundreds of millions of shares and reactions and everything. And let's see if we can find it there. I had it written down somewhere, but I need you guys to go check out her page. I don't believe this was real. I think it was a great opportunity for her to go out there and help her brand and get herself out there, which is it's a wonderful thing. But
okay.
The problem is, I'll get to the problem in a second. So I'm going to play about 30 seconds of both videos. And then we're going to go back into the discussion of this young lady's situation. So let's play the original first. Now, again, I'm only going to play a few seconds. That's enough of that shit. All right, so I'm not going to do the whole fucking thing. Fuck that. I just want you guys to hear her voice and, she, let it marinate it for a little while, and then she came out with her own response.
She responded?
Want you guys to see her aliases so you guys can look her up.
She got a lot of makeup on.
Enough of that shit. It was only a minute long, but I wasn't gonna play the whole thing. Now, I'm sorry. That's a very expensive hairstyle she has there. Just want to put that out there.
That looked like very expensive makeup she had there.
So this is a woman during the course of the video. You watched the original. It's on you because I don't want to put you guys through it again because you've seen it about 15,000 times already. She starts off by saying that her money comes in on the 7th. Then she switched up and said her money comes in on the 11th. Now, I got the plug over there. All right, now, plug, when is money released for assistance?
Use 1st through 5th.
Okay, okay now. I'm going to say, so I want to help you guys out again, okay? Just to help you out. So, this is the plug over there. So, this young lady in the video first says her money is due, comes in on the 7th. Then she forgets, she mentions the 7th, and then she switches it to the 11th. So, we have a 7, and then we have an 11. I know I didn't make the 7th sign properly, okay? Forgive me. So, we have the 7th and 11th, okay? 7-11. Just get that out there. She's a TikToker. She's a social media thing. Mr. Plug, please help me out again. What days is that money released on assistance?
1st through the 5th.
1st through the 5th, which means the 7th doesn't happen. Means the 11th doesn't happen. That's the source over there at that table. Again, some of you guys are new to us. Check the research. We've been helping y'all out for about 3 years now. Well, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, and we're not famous, but we're hitting you in the head with great information. So again, proof is in the pudding. 7th and 11th does not exist when these money is being handed down, all right? Now, of course, it was blocked. You never see the father's face. Not supposed to. She didn't show her face. Well, she showed it towards the end, but that gets cut out. You have to go on her page to see that situation. So she goes on looking like she's worth about $5 gazillion with that hair is now, that's human hair. I know. One of my son's mother does hair, okay? Well, my son's mother, not one. Sorry. But you're looking at a woman who has an expensive cut. Now, if this was real, which we're going to get into a second, so I want to put this young lady's photo back up, all right? The topic was real, and it sparked a lot of fucking anger. A lot of people going at each other, men saying he should have, women, some men saying yes, some saying no, some women saying yes, some women saying no, and it sparked. And this is why I call her the Black Cash Me Outside. Someone who sparked this wide of a range. Now, mind you, that young lady made $50 million showing side boob and her ass in bikinis.
Okay.
In 1 year from OnlyFans. Now, think about that, okay? An 18, 19-year-old girl who's not giving head. She's not giving blowjobs. She's not getting fucked. She's not getting hand jobs. She's showing you her array of lingerie while covering her nipples. You might have seen a little shade of a areola, whatever situation may be. So just goes to show you in the right situation, in the right place, the right time, can get you some money.
Of course.
So for this young lady creating this, I think you need to come out and let everybody know it's a hoax. And I know it might hurt you. You're not going to do it. but you're causing problems in a situation where now you have the Roe v. situation, and then you do this, which is compounding problems on top of problems. All right? Now, this is a very touchy situation, has been a very touchy situation. You put it out as being a mother of 4, his child being the youngest, so you had 3 prior. He was with you from that time, and he only bought food for his child.
Yeah.
So, how would you, or what way do you look at that situation, Jeff, where you're dating someone or someone you've dated has multiple kids, you guys aren't together anymore, and she was like, the kids are hungry. Do you feed all the kids, or do you just take care of your child?
I am from the thought of I'm taking care of my child. My little one is hungry. Okay, I'm gonna get him something, or her, or whoever the hell it is. I'm gonna get that one child something. You know, it's a shame.
What's good, fam?
It's a shame. Holy shit! It went in. It's a shame that if I see her not being able to provide for any of the children, then I may, at the goodness of my heart, but usually, no. I'm all right. What does he want? What does this one want? I'm getting that one thing. That's what I'm saying. That's me.
Okay. I say this. And people who know me know I'm the worst-hearted motherfucker on probably the face of this earth. But I will say this. The same amount of money that was spent on the fake McDonald's could have bought a pizza pie that could have fed multiple kids. All right?
Oh, yes.
So in this scenario, because we're going to keep this fake scenario going, it's what his son likes. So he bought his child what his child likes. Now, is he obligated to, in my opinion now, is he obligated to continue to take care of kids when he's no longer with the mother? Now, I'm a firm believer. If you're dating someone that already has kids, it's a package deal. It's a package deal.
But he's not dating her in this situation.
Get there. So, while he was dating you, as you said, he was continuously making sure that everyone was partaking in food. He did his job. But you are no longer together. And we have, as far as men, I always tell men, we allow women to be able to get over when you have so many guys who are willing to cut the line or do any and everything just to get some ass. All right? You're dating someone who has kids. Yes, you are obligated, but you two are not together anymore. So if you're not together anymore, why is he still obligated to continue to play the father role when he's no longer in that father role? Now, it would be one thing if he wasn't taking care of his one individual child, but the fact that he's taking care of his only responsibility. Because my thing is, if he can't claim him on his taxes, why should he continue to take care of him?
We don't know if he's claiming them or not.
I'm just saying, like, my whole thing is, like, if you can't claim the child, why should you take care of him? Because you have this young lady who's supposedly on assistance with multiple kids, so the guy has to take care of his son, the other 3 kids, and put his 5 cents in because, he had to pay back.
That's what people look for. Again, I had this conversation before. It's off the old stereotype. If the man can't afford to pay for these other children, her children, what good is the man? You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's an old way of thinking.
He's legitimately paying for her mistakes.
Yes. You are the cleanup. Unfortunately, you are the cleanup. It's been that way in history. That's how it looks. It's an old woman way of thinking, an old person way of thinking. I'm not saying that's right.
Right.
I'm not saying whatever it is. I know it's a new day. This day, men leave. You see what I'm saying?
I will say this, and then we're gonna close this topic out. But I just want to say, this young lady, I think you could have picked a better topic or a different topic to get your skit across, to help your following. And, you know, again, you had a following. You were getting a couple 100,000 views. So you were there. I guess you just needed something to tip you over. But I want to say shame on you because you picked a topic that sparked something. And, you know, you need Jesus for that. But now I'm going to bring it home. I want people to understand this, all right? There are about 11 million, all right, single families in the United States. Just want you to understand. 11 million single parent households in the United States. 80% are women.
Yeah.
So I really want you to understand that. 80% of the 11 million are women with no father figures in the household or nobody else in the household. All right? Now you have, in this day and age, especially this generation, I'm looking, you go on social media, you see 22, 23-year-olds with 3 and 4 kids. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not if you can afford it. But if you can't afford it, then you have other people that are taking care of your child, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you like it or not. You have complete strangers, my 5 cent, Jeff 5 cent, and everybody else who's working, paying those taxes, are the ones who are legitimately taking care of your child. But you on social media, twerking ass, popping, and all this other stuff. When it comes to kids, all right, they don't ask them to come in this world. We chose to do it. 2 people to lay down. Now it's your responsibility to take care of the child. Take care of them. The moment you have a child as a parent, your individual life is over. Your job is to make sure your child succeeds in this world. And it's not by scamming. It's not by getting over on the system, because that shit only works for so much. And we're having all this beef, and I know I'm going to get off the topic just a little bit, but kind of stay there. We're talking about all these horrible men out here who don't know how to treat women. Where the fuck you think they coming from?
Broken homes. Nigga.
Them niggas not coming over the boat. They not in what we say, they're in Mexico right now waiting to come on. No, that's not happening. So if 80% of 11 million are all women raising men, which they can, raising girls, which they can, but if the majority are coming out rotten, who's to blame?
Yeah.
Just saying. May not want to hear it, understand it, might make some crazy comments. Knock yourself out. But at the end of the day, I've always lived my life, especially for a large portion, there's right or wrong. Fuck that gray area shit. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to others, but you can't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I always tell people, when you're home by yourself and there's no one there to listen to your lies and listen to your bullshit, is when you got to face the music. You got to face yourself, all right? And I'm sorry, we went up 600% on teen suicides. 600% on teen suicides. 80% though. But y'all the baddest bitches in the world. Let's get real. Let's get real. All right? You have kids, your life changes. Any and everything you do is supposed to be to better the lifestyle or whatever of your child. You don't have to be in a mansion. You don't have to have the fanciest car, whatever situation may be. Because anybody tell me, I always tell people rich is bills paid, food in the house. It's not about having dollars in your pocket. Because like when Sean was boating about all those motherfuckers at the Louis Vuitton store so he could get his shoes, those motherfuckers are spending their last couple of dollars to look good for the young ladies.
Yep.
Then y'all get knocked up. You leave that guy. And now the other guy that comes through is supposed to help you take care of the guy that you fucked up and dated prior to.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there. But it's a serious, real situation. But I will say accountability. Stop expecting someone else to take care of your own issues and own problems and situations. You're a grown-ass person. You get up, you walk, and you talk. I always tell people no matter what you're going through, how bad your life is, you have an opportunity to make it better. A job at McDonald's is better than no job right now. You get that job, you keep educating yourself, you can get a lot of people skills and all this other shit. You wonder why Chick-fil-A is so popular? It's not because of the fucking food. I'll tell you that right now. It's not because of the food. It's because of the customer service. When the last time you went to McDonald's and you ordered something and they rushed you off the intercom and you couldn't even finish your order? Just put it out there. Last words before we get out of here, Jeff?
Pay attention, folks. That's it.
Come on up here, cuz, man. I got you. Come on through. But again, try to do, like, it's a touchy situation. And, she did it. She had to do it. It is what it is. But she sparked something. You have a lot of people going back and forth about it. But at the end of the day,
It's good, though.
it's great for the conversation.
Yeah, it needs to be had.
But at the, again, stop expecting people to take care of your problems. We did a show 7-8 months ago about how expensive each kid is. We were about $200,000 per child.
Yeah.
Just think about that. Each child is about $200,000. You got 3 or 4 making $30,000. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.